see. I am the greatest combat actor of all time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Tell the Tape. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C. And on this episode of Tell the Tape, guys, I'm going to be dissecting the potential matchup, Leon Rocky Edwards versus Islam Makhachev. We just heard it, man. Islam, as a pound-for-pound king, he says Leon Edwards is next. I'm here to dissect both these guys, their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and what is that the thrust that they could have if a guy like Islam does go up to 170 pounds. And this video is brought to you by one of the best sales rep companies in the nation. I'm talking about Aptive. If you don't like taking no for an answer, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a former wrestler, if you're a fighter and you want to make that move, you want to make that dollar, guys, Aptive is for you. That's right. Who would know, guys, going door to door, knocking, getting people to sign up will make you so much money. I know from 20-year-olds to 19-year-olds that are making $500,000 literally at Aptive. These guys are being housed, they're being lodged in Salt Lake City. They're teaching them how is it to sell. And guess what, guys? The rest is history. So many millions that are being made, and I just want to share it with you guys. So you guys make sure to go to summersales.org/CCC, and it's time to level up. Enough talk. Let's take it to the big screen. So here we have it, guys. The tell of the tape. Leon Rocky Edwards, 23-3, 1 no contest. I want to say that was with Bilal Muhammad too, by the way. Against Islam Makhachev, 25-1. And you guys remember Islam Makhachev did get knocked out by a Brazilian early in his career. So he does have 1 knockout. 7 KOs, 12 decisions, and 3 submissions. I mean, just 3 submissions to Islam Makhachev. Do you guys find this crazy, dude? Islam Makhachev, only 5 KOs. That's like the ratio of him knocking people out are very slim. Even though he did knock out Alexander Volkanovski, just looking at that, just makes you know, it's like, hey man, I mean, Islam, he did get that head kick on Volkanovski, but the majority of his wins come via submission. 5'10" to 6 foot, 74-inch reach, 74-inch reach to 70-inch reach, age 32. I love this fight already, dude. These dudes are equal. Besides the height, if you notice, like everything else is pretty, you know, they can both go to decision. They've both gone to decision quite a bit. Little contrast on the knockouts, but I tell you what, this matchup for Islam Makhachev would be perfect. But let's talk about the pound-for-pound king right now. Islam Makhachev, my brother, the Dagestani nightmare. What are his strengths? I think to a lot of you guys, it's obvious, but you guys need to get to know some of these guys to really understand that to these guys, it's not a sport. Like it's part of their culture. It's almost somewhat religion. Like fighting would only be second to fighting would only be second to Islam. Like the religion. Like it's crazy. But the grappling and wrestling submissions, 11 submissions that he's been able to get. But I will say this, something about because I've been out to Dagestan. I've trained with a lot of these guys. Like these guys eat, sleep, and train. I mean, these guys are literally training 3-4 hours. Like being around a lot of these Dagestanis, dude, that's all they want to do is train fighting, talk about fighting, and it just never absolutely ends. But him being part of a country like Dagestan, where I competed quite a bit, is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like this guy has, you know, he's got world champs, he's got Olympic champs, he's got all Americans, if you want to call him, in Dagestan, but he has it all. So if there's a big advantage that this dude has, is he has everything home. You know, his 12-fight win streak, just like Leon. I mean, I want to say, I don't know if Leon's at 11 or 12. Is he at 12 now? I want to say that maybe Leon's either 11 or 12 fight win streak, but that also makes somebody like Islam Makhachev very dangerous. I mean, now guys, like Islam's composure has been the biggest difference in this fight, where he's just been kind of doesn't overreact and he'll just go. doesn't over push back, he'll just go. We saw with Charles Oliveira on how's it that he was able, as Charles Oliveira would get aggressive, boom, boom, he was just throwing. He wasn't playing that game. You know, he will take risks. And for him, he's chasing legacy. Everything that Islam wants to do is he just wants to win. Islam wants to win, and he wants to go down as the greatest Russian fighter of all time. And I will say this, guys, he's on his way. But let's talk about Islam's weaknesses. I think if there's a weakness into this weight class, it could be is maybe him going up. I mean, how big does Leon Rocky Edwards get? But then again, this guy is pretty big. This guy's a really big 55-pounder. Yeah, he's 5'10". He's got a big head, big hands. Like, these guys are like, the bone density in these dudes is absolutely crazy. You know, I'm not gonna say Leon Edwards striking because it has gone better, but with a guy like Leon Edwards, where is it that Leon Edwards is looking to expose? It's gonna have to be on the feet. You know, Leon Edwards does have those flashy inside kicks, whether it's the inner thigh, whether it's the body, or we all saw it to the damn head. And we saw this against Volkanovski. Whenever it was that he was hurt, his first instinct rather than defense was going in for takedowns. And sometimes that could be the best thing, but sometimes at that time when they did fight, when Volkanovski did fight Islam that first time, that fifth round was all Volkanovski's. I mean, obviously he knows the safety net is wrestling, but I feel like sometimes when a guy like Islam is hurt, he'll retreat back into the wrestling, and it could potentially hurt him. Rather than him keeping that composure, if you're tired, keeping those hands up, you know, maybe just being solid here. Because if you do get somebody that gets on top of you, and you just, you know, if you're gonna stay on bomb like you did with Volkanovski was raining some hammers on him. So this is one area where I just believe that Islam at that time, I think it was a time change and all that, but he needs to be careful. You know what I'm saying? You either bring out wrestling early, or if you can't wrestle no more, just start defending. And Leon Edwards, strengths. He's got an IQ, man, with the feet. If we saw him against Colby Covington, he controlled the pace and he controlled the range. Like, it's almost like Colby Covington had no face. Colby Covington was just like, his feet were like stagnant, he was throwing. That's why he was missing everything. There's nothing that was a continuous motion before he went. And this is where Leon Edwards actually controlled him pretty well. He was able to keep Colby Covington at bay, at his range, is because of his IQ. He was patient. When people thought that he'd get emotional, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if Colby Covington can get into this dude's head, he could get emotional. He could potentially do something stupid, and Colby Covington starts, but he didn't, man. So there's an IQ to this dude. No, I take that back. He's got one more than Islam Makhachev, a 13-fight win streak. Whoo, man, he's got one more than Islam. Islam's got 12. These guys have parallel and similar stories that it's absolutely crazy and absolutely ridiculous. His confidence, you know, coming off a huge win over Colby Covington now, Leon's thinking about it. Leon's like, all right, man, I can beat a wrestler like Colby Covington. I could take on any wrestler. But I will say this, Islam Makhachev is a different wrestler. He is a different wrestler. He's a very disciplined. He's not a big mouther. His actions speak louder than his words. He's vice versa from Colby Covington. And then Leon Edwards, his weaknesses, right here. Leon Edwards, I'm sorry, Colby Covington started to bring out the wrestling too late. You know what I'm saying? But the simple fact, the attempts that he did have, and he actually went for broke, and he actually went to take him down, he easily got takedowns. Not saying that every takedown is easy, because you do huff and puff, but Colby Covington didn't do shit. You know, he got his leg chewed out, and this dude controlled the distance and the range, and that's all she wrote. And this is where I feel like a guy like Islam is going to expose him, because he does fight everybody the same. We saw it with guys like Israel Adesanya. We saw it with guys that are just pretty much one-dimensional. The guys who are the hardest guys to fight is the guys that have other weapons other than just striking. You know what I mean? And he's got everything to lose. You know, I think that the smaller man going up. I mean, he's already talking about going up and fighting Sean Strickland. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are probably avoiding a guy like Islam Makhachev. But when that little dude comes up, there's a certain confidence, and I've done it before, and I've been there before, that comes up that gives you that certain boost that the other people are kind of underestimating you, and then you get it done, and then, man, I was thinking about a third weight class. And to tell the tape here, once again, you know, strikes landed per minute, Leon's a lot more active. Striking accuracy, now check this out. Now it switches to Islam. Significant strike defense. The better defense right here. Because this dude's like here the whole time. You know what I'm saying? When Charles Oliveira was doing all those skip knees and whatnot, that dude just had his hands up, super basic, and then boom, going for broke. And takedown accuracy, this is where I feel Islam in this fight will shine like no other. You know, this fight right here, this is where I feel like he'll shine. And then look, and then takedown defense, 91%. He has been taken down to 70%. Not bad for Leon Edwards, but for this guy here, crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you guys go down the board and look at the whole damn board, I mean, this is gonna feel so much better at 170 pounds with the power, with the grappling that he already has, with the inspiration of him being the smaller guy, going up and challenging a guy with the 13-fight win streak, and obviously him with the 12-fight win streak. You know what, Dana White? I wanted that Gaethje fight, but now that I see all this, and now I see that all the numbers, and now that I see all the similarities with these two, book it. You know? But if there's anybody that I gotta really necessarily give the edge whenever these guys do fight, I'm gonna have to give it to the one and only, the Dagestani nightmare, you know, Islam Makhachev. I just feel like he's too strong. He's gonna feel too good. And I think stylistically, what I thought Kobe was gonna do, this dude could do it better. And this dude has better submission game. If we watch his, if we watch everything that he's, how many submissions that he has and the power that he has, he's gonna fill in to 170 pounds so easy. So for that reason, Islam Makhachev, either by decision or submission stoppage. Guys, this video was brought to you by the one and only Aptive. Guys, you guys may be a competitor, you guys may be a former wrestler, a fighter, but you guys are not done competing. Well, guess what, guys? Aptive is for you. Aptive is one of the best selling companies in the nation. These guys will teach you how to sell. These guys, if they believe in you, they will fly you out to Utah, you know, teach you how is it that you're going to sell, and you are gonna make a whole lot of moolah. So for those who are interested, or better yet, for all those who are still entrepreneurs, you guys want to make crazy money, you guys are between 19 and 20 years old, because I know a lot of them, when I met them, dude, there's guys out there making $500,000 by knocking on the door. So remember, if you're that person that doesn't like to take no for an answer, you guys make sure to go to summersales.org/CCC and sign up. Time is limited. It's time to level up. I'm out.